Hello y'all, June 8th. Woke up today. I took my bunny, my little bunny Bronze, and I fed her the special syringe that the doctor gave me for her to fix the stool. So I fed it to her, and then while I was trying to wrestle the syringe into her mouth, she took it, right? But then I wanted to make sure she got it in her mouth, so I tried to open her mouth with my hands, and I stuck my finger in, and her teeth are really strong. Like, she bit into my finger, and my finger is a real cut. Like, I was bleeding, you know? So that really made me happy, because then I said to myself, okay, she's feisty, she's strong, so, you know, if she's fighting, it means she's not too sick. So that made me happy. And then after that, I fed her. I decided to go to the pet store and just look at what they have. So I said, okay, I'll get myself, I saw some chickens in there, so I got myself some chicks. I didn't name them yet. I also got some birds, and I cleaned my fish tank, so that's the new stuff of today. I'll show you my new chickens. Hold on. I don't have a name for them, but one of them is female, and soon she'll start laying eggs, and maybe I'll eat her eggs. 1 second. She's running away. She just went in the water. She's cute. Oh, she's cute. She's so cute. Look at her. Look at her. She makes a lot of noise. She's gonna make a noise. I put her with the rabbits. And the other one is a male. The other one is very fragile. Very fragile. Is a male. He's a very curious guy. Like, he's checking out the other birds I bought in the cage. He's very cute. I need to give them names. And then you have my little rabbit. See how she's doing. How's little Bronze doing? Oh, she still smells. Oh, here's little Bronze. Still alive and kicking. And then I'll show you my cage that I bought. My cage of birds. You see little finches? I think they're finches. I don't know if you can see them. Here, look. Finches. 2 little birds. They're very sweet. So now I live in a zoo, you know, so that makes me happy. I like to be with animals in the zoo. Because I went to the zoo the other day, I told you, on my date, you know, and that was really nice. I have a few things to discuss with you. First of all, I'm not like a very materialistic person, you know, like I wasn't brought up on much, and I don't really care for like fancy cars, fancy bags, you know, like those things that I don't care for. So, like when I went on this date with this guy, he owns an apartment in Tel Aviv, and he has money, good for him, and he has his BMW, and I didn't really know that it's a fancy car until he told me, and then he explained to me why it's so expensive and why it's fancy, because the wheels in the back propel the engine forth. It's not like the wheels in the front drag the wheels in the back. It's the wheels in the back that are pushing the car. So that's supposed to be like special. And I was like thinking like, oh my God, if I like scratch this car or something, they're gonna be really upset because they paid a lot of money, and they're very materialistic people. Like, I date a lot of guys that have money, and they are very materialistic. They care for their things, you know. It's like, oh, this car is my baby, you know. And like, for me, it's kind of like, you know, if I would get a car, any car, I would want to be the one to give it the first dent in it. I would bang it up so that I'd be the first one, and, you know, then I don't need to worry. I don't need to be like, oh, there's a little scratch on the car, you know. And I was remembering when I was growing up, you know, in the 90s, everyone still had their, like, station wagons. We would drive in people's station wagons and these bashed up, banged up cars, you know. And I'm like more comfortable with, like, simple things, you know, down to earth, not just, you know, fancy. They're very materialistic. And this morning I got the hiccups. So that was pretty funny. And I was thinking about like the basically we were talking about socialism, right? And my date, he told me that basically in order to get even to take your own car and get it painted a different color, you need to go get like a special permission from the government to do that. So like this is the epitome of socialism. Like you're not free. You have to do everything under the government. It's like ridiculous, you know. And like this is what a lot of people want for America. I mean, Israel has a mix of socialism and capitalism, but I think that the socialism is not so good because of the government starts controlling every little detail in your life, which is so annoying. And like I never knew that in Israel, if you want to change your color of the car, you have to get permission from the government. You have to go to the DMV. Can you imagine that? It's crazy. So last night, one of my my roommate and his partner, they were making miso soup. They're very sweet. And they offered me some, and I said, sure, okay. So they invited me for dinner at the table in the dining room, and I sat with them and we were talking. And we were talking about like our jobs, and one of the things he said was that his job, he just basically slops some burgers on a sandwich, but he has to deal with the people in the store, you know, he has to do the orders and deal with them. And he said like, my job should be getting paid much more because I work with autistic people and it's considered much harder, right? So I said to him, you know, for me, your job of dealing with people and taking their orders and dealing with them and they're normal people, that's like really scary for me. Like I told him, normal people really scare me, you know, like I guess that's why I like to work with autism and special needs people, because they're not normal, right? But normal people scare me. Like I'm more comfortable around special needs people and like dealing with not normal people, you know, like people that are so like not meant, like, you know, when they're normal, they kind of have most people, they have this kind of they're not pure. You know what I mean? So like normal people, like for me to work in a store like that, it would put me through a lot, you know. So I consider his job much harder than mine, you know, because my job doesn't scare me, and I love my job. Thank God, thank God, thank God. Lord of the universe, please help me be good at my job and keep me good and successful, and you know, I hope to get better at it. So that's it for today. Here is the birds. I'll show you in the cage. They're in the same cage. I hope they survive, because the guy in the store said that you can't put them both in the same cage because it's not healthy for the rabbit. He might eat their poop and it's not good for... I pray that they stay alive. It's an experiment. You know, I love animals. And when we went to the zoo, I was smelling the sheep's dung and just the smell of the animals, and I love the farm smell. The guy I was with, he's like, oh, it's nasty, and I was like, I don't know, I love the smell of the barn, you know. I love the barn smell. I could live in a barn, you know. So here's my little cage. Where's the chicken? Here, I'll show you. Here's a chicken. 2 chickens. They're making noises. I don't know if you can see, I put on the heat so that they could be warm, because I know that baby chicks need like warmth. So here's the 2 chickens that make noise. And here are the birds. Here are my little finches. They're like freaked out. They're all kind of delicate animals, you know. I don't know if you could see it. They're very cute. I'm gonna start letting them run around the room. I just cleaned my room and organized everything, you know, so that I shouldn't really be living in like a shithole. That's it for now. Take care and see you next time. Bye-bye.